Hi, it's a lovely day today after several days of some really gloomy, cold weather. I hope it is lovely for you as well. Welcome. Today is Wednesday, and this is our Ask the Author session on my Dream Journey book with me, Coach Jackie. I hope you have been keeping warm and that over the last 5 weeks, you have gained some new knowledge, new awareness, new information to propel you into the future that you desire. So chapter 6 is aptly titled, What Now? What are you going to do with all the information, the awareness, the learnings that you have gained over the last few weeks? In fact, chapter 6 is an appropriate moment or a good moment to help us take stock of where we are insofar as what we are learning about ourselves, what we are learning about how to grow into the future that we desire is really impacting us. It's a good place to stop and check whether we are still headed where we wanted to be headed when we started this journey in chapter 1. And just to give a quick recap of what we have done. So we have assessed where we are now in our lives. We have clarified our vision. We have looked at how our thoughts and our beliefs can limit our growth or our achievement of the things that we desire. And last week we spent some time reflecting on fear specifically as one of those things that can really hold us back. And I would like to say thank you to all those people who reached out after last week's session and shared their fears and talked about some of the things that they're planning to do in order to face those fears and handle them in such a way that the fears no longer block them from the growth that they are looking for. I think it is said that people who learn grow, and learning or growing is a learning process, or is it the other way around, that learning is a growing process? But anyway, learning manifests itself in new thoughts, which drive new behaviors, which in turn create new habits, and which can lead to new outcomes. So today's reflection is really touching on what we do with the knowledge that we gain when we go through a process such as the one we started 5 weeks ago, because it is not enough to gain new knowledge if that information does not lead to something new about you. As I said last week when we talked about fears, I challenged you to look your fears in the eye and say, I can do this, I can handle this. And I am happy to say that some people have shared with me what they have done or what they are doing in order to do that. So these are people who have gone beyond knowledge. These are people who have gone beyond sitting in a session. These are people who have gone beyond reading a book or listening to somebody and done something with whatever they have learned. And the key word here is doing. So what are you doing now that you have gained some of the new knowledge that you have gained from going through these sessions, which are captured in my Dream Journey book and which we are reviewing in these sessions? What are you doing with the awareness you have developed about how your thoughts can limit your growth? Are you consciously working on changing the way you think about certain things, common things? How can you change the way you think about common things? One of the exercises that I like to encourage people to do is to take the position of the opponent. So assume that you are against whatever the topic is. Let me make this, maybe let me make this a bit clearer by suggesting a topic. So let's say you believe that you have to work hard for your money, yeah? And you have got a lot of reasons, a lot of things, a lot of beliefs behind this notion or behind this mantra that, you know, I have to work for my money. So if you want to change the way you think about it or the way you look at it, you could ask yourself, what would somebody who doesn't believe that say in defense of whatever it is they believe? So ask yourself, what would somebody who doesn't believe that they have to work for their money, somebody who believes that money comes easy, what would they say in defense of that? You can play around like this and begin to see, it can help you begin to see the different ways that you can think about things. And this can help you to pick something that is really standing in your way in terms of a mindset or a belief, and begin to work on it from different angles until you wear it down or until it is no longer an obstacle to wherever you want to go. So this is something that you can do. Let's imagine that you are in that future that you so desire, that future that you're working towards, that destination that you're headed towards. And let's now try to see, picture in our minds, this is really a moment for reflection and envisioning. So think about the steps that came before that moment, before you arrived wherever you are. So we are imagining, let's pick something. Let's imagine that your big desire right now, or the big vision that you have right now, is to run a marathon, to complete a marathon. So picture yourself crossing that line and begin to think about the things that came before that. So you could see yourself starting the race and then move back and see yourself getting ready at home, you know, putting on your running shoes or your running gear. Then go further behind and see yourself training every day or however regularly it is that you are training. Go even further behind that and see yourself consulting someone about how best to prepare for a marathon. I think we get it, that if you picture in your mind your achievement and begin to think about all the things that you did in your mind before you got to that point, it begins to show you the things that you need to be doing now in order to get to that point. So if you want to complete a marathon, then there are certain things that you need to start doing now. So whatever your vision is, whatever it is that you came into this journey with, when we were looking at our vision, when we were clarifying what it is that we desire in our future, this is what I'm asking you to focus on for a minute and ask yourself, what do I need now? What do I need to start doing now in order to get to that? What do I need to start doing now in order to get to that position, in order to achieve that lifestyle, in order to gain that prize, whatever it is? Because as I said today, we are asking, what now? So what about the knowledge that you have? So what about understanding that your thoughts can limit your beliefs? So what about clarifying your vision? So what about doing an assessment that helps you understand exactly where you are vis-a-vis where you want to go? This alone will not propel you into the future that you are looking for. How do you become the disciplined person who trains consistently, for example? Who saves diligently? Who reads regularly, so that you can become the person you desire to be in the future? What will you stop doing so that you're better prepared for that future that you so desire. As I said, today's reflection is really about the next stop, the next step. Utadu. That step that takes you closer to the desired future. The step which, not taken, means you remain exactly where you are. What is that step that if you do not take or if you do not make, means that you will remain exactly where you are today? How happy are you to remain exactly where you are today? Picture yourself tomorrow. And you know, when I say tomorrow, it's figurative. It's the future. Picture yourself in that future, short term, mid term, long term, exactly where you are today. I'm sure you don't like that. I'm sure it's not exciting. I'm sure that is not why you came or why you're listening to these sessions. I'm sure you're not coming to listen to this live video so that you can stay exactly wherever you are today. So what are you going to do now? What will you do today for tomorrow? In the book, chapter 6, as I said, we have a passage that says no experience is wasted. If you can see your current circumstances as part of the journey you must take, you will be more motivated to make the best of it. For sure, you have not arrived. That's why you are looking for knowledge in order to propel yourself with confidence into the future that you desire. So what can you learn from today? What can you do with what you're learning today? How committed are you to that future that you desire starting now? And the things that you need to do to start now need not be complicated. They need not be big. So one of the things that I suggest is that you be consciously in the present. There's a tension between your today and tomorrow. Now or today is what you have. Yet, if you don't use it well, the potential, the full potential of your tomorrow may not be realized. So yes, you don't have tomorrow, but today can help you shape tomorrow. You can control and choose what you do now. You can psych yourself to do something now that will take you closer to the tomorrow that you desire. So I urge you to use your books, as usual. Make a list of some of the things that you can do starting now. Is it a phone call that you need to make to somebody? Is it a book that you need to buy? Is it a training session that you need to sign up for? Whatever it is, make a conscious effort to use it or to do it so that the learning that you're gaining from these sessions is not wasted. At the end of the day, you need to take a step in order to move towards your future. I'm going to stop there for now. I hope that you will join me again next week, Wednesday. And we will be reviewing chapter 7, Nuts, Gremlins, and goodness knows what else. See you next week.